news, everyone. The IMF, politicians and the private sector are all getting together to discuss central bank digital currencies. That means that we won't need cash no more and we can be monitored all the time. That's going to be a much better society for everyone and definitely won't lead to social credit scores and being manipulated and having your bank shut down, will it? Surely. What are you thinking? What? You? Hello there, you 6 million awakening wonders. Thanks for joining us on this voyage towards truth and freedom, where we awaken together individually and collectively so we can challenge established power and create new systems together, democratically, in freedom. Watch us every day on Rumble at these times. We stream live, then leave the shows up there completely free. Interviews with Jordan Peterson and Jocko Willink. We talk to experts that matter on the subjects you care about, and we will be completely uncensored on that platform. You can join us every day in the chat. See you over there. Now, let's get into today's story. There's a lot of talk about digital currencies. Some people are excited about Bitcoin and those ones that sound like Ethereum and metals from superhero movies that could change the world, those kind of ones. Imperium, Objectivo, those kind of currencies. Well, new Prime Minister of UK and Goldman Sachs former Employee of the Year and WEF protege, and I hope none of these things contradict one another or bring about a conflict of interest, Rishi Sunak, or Radish Sinatra, as your President Joe Biden calls him.
Sunak is now the Prime Minister.
Is a keen advocate of CBDCs, Central Bank Digital Currencies. Here he is, in fact, advocating for them.
Today, I'm proud to say that under the UK's presidency, the group of the world's 7 most advanced economies, the G7, is launching a set of public policy principles for retail central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Central bank digital currencies could be a digital version of money, a bit like a digital banknote.
I like it, because we've got a broad concept. What if this person's an idiot? Which we think that they are. It's like a digital penny for your digital money box, for your digital shithole that you live in. You will owe nothing. You will be happy.
That could be used alongside physical notes and coins.
For now, till we phase them out, if you start any little trucker protests, oh, where's my money gone? The digital piggy bank is broken, I'm afraid. Start being a bit more cooperative.
Unlike most of the digital money people use daily today, it would be issued directly by a central bank, like the Bank of England in the UK.
That's good, a central bank. Nothing wrong with centralised authority, centralised power, globalist decrees coming down from on high, avoiding democracy. That's exactly what we want. Keep talking.
And governments and central banks across the world are working together.
Oh, really? They're working together? Well, that's just such great news. The IMF, the World Bank. Why don't we involve the WEF and the WHO? What we need are unelected global bodies that have been able to co-opt political power, respond to financial power, and ignore and oppress ordinary people. Whether it's the recent medical emergency or the cost of living crisis, we're seeing the benefits all around us. I can't wait for your next policy. You're going to take our money now. This is great.
Looking into what having a digital currency might mean in practice.
I think I know what it means in practice. More power for you, no power for us.
This includes issues that people care about, such as ensuring users' money would be safe and secure, that it could work with other ways to pay, would be energy efficient.
Oh, it's got to be energy efficient. I was about to say, is it energy efficient? Is it energy efficient? I've got to make sure. Oh, a few other questions. You wouldn't use this ever, would you, to implement control or to advance social credit type systems or to shut down the bank accounts of people you disagree with or to surveil people and have a surveillance network that you've developed in conjunction with big tech and now a financial arm that you're developing so that you can lockstep together and gridlock us in a digital prison of surveillance tyranny? That's just off the top of my head.
Would be energy efficient.
Bitcoin and those other digital currencies that we don't control, they're bad. They're not energy efficient. This one that we will control, that'll be energy efficient. So yeah, it's about energy efficiency. It's not about control. Control's like a side effect, just a side effect. Sorry, what? It's one of my eyes stopped moving.
And available to everyone.
Except poor people.
A potential CBDC could offer businesses and consumers new ways to pay in the future.
I expect it'd be convenient, would it? Would it be nice and convenient? Could I have some convenience, please? It'd be so convenient to be in my cell, all lathered up with a nice bubble bath of convenience.
It's all part of the wider story of digital innovation that has delivered benefits to millions around the world and in the UK.
Well, I was just talking to Edward Snowden and Julian Assange about the benefits delivered around the world, whether it's to the people of Iraq or Afghanistan, or the many people now in Western Anglophonic countries starving to death and unable to heat their homes. What they need is the small amount of money they have got to disappear into binary code.
These decisions raise important questions about the reshaping of our economy.
Yeah, I've noticed you've been reshaping it so that ordinary people have no power at all, no alternatives or options, and we can operate entirely at the behest of powerful financial interests like Goldman Sachs. Have you ever heard? You used to work for them. Oh.
Financial systems and the way in which people interact with money and payments.
What, like through a massive hedge fund that funded Moderna? You used to be part of a hedge fund that funded Moderna. Oh.
That's why working together...
Like you work together with your wife, who's like a billionaire. Oh.
In the UK, earlier this year, I announced a new joint task force between the Treasury and the Bank of England to look into a potential CBDC as a complement to cash and bank deposits.
It's just a compliment. It's a lovely little compliment. Over here, you've got your money in the bank. Over here, you've got your digital thing. Oh no, what's this one doing? Oh look, it's facing it out, look. And now what's happening? We're in digital prison.
We're also hearing from firms, technology experts and others. Under the leadership of the UK, this report today will help support and inform exploration of CBDCs in the G7 and beyond.
They're already talking in code with the acronyms and the shortened terms CBDC, G7. Because they have access to so much technology and so much data, they want to make us into machines. They want to make us into data, into entirely information. A component of humanity is doubtlessly our intelligence, but what of our awareness? What about the aspect of a human being that is difficult to define, describe, discern or tie down? The aspect of you and of me that amounts to our spirit, our nature, that which cannot be governed and controlled. Will they not rest until every aspect of human life is tied down and digitized, until every aspect of your life can be controlled and monitored? Your private conversations with your doctor now subject to state edicts, your protests shut down, your every conversation observed, your entire life just data points in the hands of Google and Facebook and Apple. What are they turning us into? They are turning us into machines. They are denying us our humanness, our ability to disagree, our ability to be unusual, our ability to be strange, our right to be who we are, our right to freedom.
With these principles...
Principles? Sorry, principles? Do you not mean evil master plan?
The G7 is leading an important step change in the global policy conversation. Our shared objective is to ensure that CBDCs will be grounded in long-standing commitments to transparency.
Because you've been very good at that. You've been very good at that. I noticed during the lockdown there, all the transparency, while our government were having parties, where various state officials in America were having parties, where redacted documents from Pfizer just disappear like Kaiser Soze.
And like that, he's gone.
No, you're the guys to bring us transparency. Keep talking.
The rule of law and sound economic governance. The G7 will continue its work in this important area, working with others to enhance understanding and use of these principles.
Do you think if you keep saying the word principles, we'll mistakenly think you have some?
We're excited to be taking a leading role with G7 members in publishing this exploratory work, bringing money and finance into the 21st century.
Let's look at it in a bit more detail. During the 2022 IMF World Bank Group annual meetings, Cecilia Skingsley, head of the Innovation Hub at the Bank for International Settlements, agreed with other speakers who said introducing a CBDC is not a universal solution and should instead come together with digital IDs in a package. You've tried a few times to get that package, I've noticed. People are commenting too much. What if they had a package to make sure that everyone's taken the right medicine? But I thought that medicine... We just need the package, thank you. IMF Deputy Managing Director Bo Lee singled it out as one of the challenges in introducing CBDC. We need a better understanding of what's the cause, what's driving that hesitancy. I keep hearing this word hesitancy. Normally, it's a total lack of trust. One way to resolve it relates back to our data question. That is, if we can create enough value, if by joining the ecosystem, if consumers can enjoy a lot more financial services, if they can get credit, maybe they will be willing to join the ecosystem, said Lee. Sounds like a nice ecosystem. Don't sound like I'll be spied on in there or controlled in there. I don't know why I'm so hesitant. Lee also explained how institutions could take advantage of CBDC data by following the model of the Chinese Communist Party. Yeah, I love the Chinese Communist Party. What I like about them mostly, I think, is the amount of freedom they give everyone. Where non-traditional data can be very useful for financial service providers to give me a credit score. Yeah, non-traditional data, not just stuff that I willingly give, stuff that you take without telling me. In 2021, the Bank of England called on ministers to decide whether a central bank digital currency should be programmable, ultimately giving the issuer control over how it's spent by the recipient. Wow, that's what you want. Control over how you spend your money. That won't be misused by a powerful corporate state. Tom Mutton, a director at the Bank of England, said there could be some socially beneficial outcomes. Socially beneficial outcomes. Preventing activity which is seen to be socially harmful in some way. I see that as socially harmful in some way. Would you stop it? No, smart, right, I'm free. I said, would you stop it? Ah! Me pennies is all gone! Put me piggy bank, mister! That's right. That's socially beneficial for you to shut the fuck up. You could think of giving your children pocket money, but programming the money so that it couldn't be used on sweets. So much is revealed by the analogy. They think of us as children over whom they oughtn't relinquish ultimate control. This is about nothing less than your freedom, who you are. Don't forget, but recall in addition to your sexuality and your self-expression as an individual member of your class, religion, whatever, your actual freedom to do stuff. You don't be regarded as a child who wants sweets. There is a whole range of things that money could do, programmable money, that we cannot do with the current technology, where people will just go around doing what they want, spending their money how they want. That's not good enough at all. PayPal recently shut down the accounts of anti-war publications. Yeah, that was a bit antisocial. Those wars are good for business. Consortium News and Mint Press News. At the same time, Facebook and Microsoft are working with several other web giants in the United Nations on a database to block potential extremist content. Extremist. Socially acceptable. Just language, just words closing in like an iron fist around your throat. The growth of such restrictions could create a system in which individuals who do not hold certain political views could be blocked from polite society and left unable to make a living. It's not polite to destroy people's lives. The potential scope of the social credit system under construction is enormous. It's boundless. The same companies that can track your activities and give you corporate rewards for compliant behaviour could utilise their powers to block transactions, add surcharges, or restrict your use of products. At what point does free speech make someone a target in this new system? Well, I'll leave it for you to discuss in the chat and the comments. Do you imagine this power would be misused? Do you imagine it would co-align with other abilities to capture data? Do you think an agenda would be advanced? Do you sometimes feel that social engineering is taking place, that your beliefs are being challenged and eroded, that you're being controlled and told to be something other than you are, that your ability to decide for yourself the person that you want to be is being controlled, limited, manipulated? Give these people control over your money and it's game over, baby. Welcome to Downing Street, our new Prime Minister, straight from Goldman Sachs and the WEF, straight into your pocket, straight into your wallet. And don't worry if you're not British, it's coming to a country near you, unless you do something about it. But that's just what I think. Remember, join us every single day on Rumble, where these videos are up in full analysis, stuff that I would be banned for saying on this platform, openly spoken, freely expressed, and you can join us in the chat and freely express your views there too. Have a look at either of these videos if you want more of this sort of stuff. Sign up to my mailing list so I can communicate with you, and join us every single day on Stay Free with Russell Brand on Rumble, live at these times, but available anytime. Stay free.